Why exactly would an election official need to change my vote? Maybe fair to ask why Sidney's saying that there's a system to change votes and that, and apparently it's in their manual. I'd like to see that. Well, Sidney Powell appeared on the great Maria Bartiromo show this weekend. And, Joe, would it be a fair calculation to say launched a few Moabs, mother of all bombs on the battlefield? Yes, probably fair. Well, without having me and Joe, who've already chalk talked this thing before, let's have Sidney Powell explain why she has issues. And by the way, she hasn't disappointed us at all with the Mike Flynn case, Arrowhand, right? She hasn't, Arrowhand. She told us she had bombshells in the Flynn case, of which she absolutely produced. So I'm pretty sure Sidney Powell's not going to go on a weekend show, the great Maria Bartiromo show on Fox, and just embarrass herself, right? Well, listen to what she had to say about Dominion, Smartmatic, these companies, and elsewhere. Check this out.
Well, he is listed as its former Admiral Peter Neffinger, or retired Admiral Peter Neffinger. He is president and on the board of directors of Smartmatic. And it just so happens he's on Mr. Biden's presidential transition team that's going to be non-existent because we're fixing to overturn the results of the election in multiple states. And President Trump won by not just hundreds of thousands of votes, but by millions of votes that were shifted by this software that was designed expressly for that purpose. We have sworn witness testimony of why the software was designed. It was designed to rig elections. He was fully briefed on it. He saw it happen in other countries. It was exported internationally for profit by the people that are behind Smartmatic and Dominion. They did this on purpose. It was calculated. They've done it before. We have evidence from 2016 in California. We have so much evidence, I feel like it's coming in through a fire hose.
Oh, there's that fire hose line again. It's a lot right there. So just, again, to be fair, because I have to do the job the media refuses to do for you. What she was talking about in the beginning is a gentleman, Peter Neffinger, who sits on the board of a company, Smartmatic, who is now apparently has an association, a tie with Joe Biden. I'm just saying, Joe, for possible conflicts of interest, if you're going to sit on a board like Sidney Powell's alleging here, it's probably a good idea of a board of a voting company or involved in voting that you don't get involved with a presidential campaign. Joe, just throwing that out there, buddy. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Always the voice of reason.
No problem, bro.
See, Joe and I are just dopey guys. I was a former law enforcement Joe radio producer. What do we know? I mean, you're involved with a voting tabulation company. You probably... But she said something pretty interesting there. She said that this system, this voting tabulation software system, was designed to and had design flaws that enabled people to basically alter election votes. Wow, that sounds kind of like a significant charge. She also says she has whistleblowers and people coming out getting ready to, I guess, testify to this. I would stay tuned for that one. That could be quite interesting. Now, folks, again, to give you both sides, Smartmatic has put out a statement saying, hey, we have no tie whatsoever to Dominion in this election cycle. Well, I'm going to go into the ties between Smartmatic and Dominion. But Smartmatic is saying categorically, we have no tie to Dominion at all. Now we have some suspicions about who owns Dominion and why people are trying to hide it. How does it work? Where are your votes, air quotes, stored? Is it secure? Were votes shifted? Are there whistleblowers? We've answered all that. Well, now let's dig in a little more to the second half of Sidney Powell's interview. It's a short, about minute clip here of her up with Maria Bartiromo. Were votes actually shifted? Fair question. I mean, we are a representative democracy, a constitutional republic, right? Where we vote people in. Like, if we don't get to vote them in, then we're not really a representative democracy or a functioning republic at all, are we? Let's hope none of this is true. But I think we should check. And we'll talk about it as we see fit. And so will Sidney Powell, who dropped this nuke on Bartiromo's show. Check this out.
This is a massive election fraud, and I'm very concerned it involved not only Dominion and its Smartmatic software, but that the software essentially was used by other election machines also. It's the software that was the problem. Even their own manual explains how votes can be wiped away. They can it's like drag and drop Trump votes to a separate folder and then delete that folder. It's absolutely brazen how people bought this system. In fact, every state that bought Dominion for sure should have a criminal investigation, or at least a serious investigation.
No, that's not like a Super Mario sequel. The drag and drop. No. Drag. You can drag and drop votes with very little audit trail of what? Do you understand the severity of that allegation by Sidney Powell? Again, I have no reason to believe. Yeah, you're right. That's right. Are you processing all? Listen, my audience, you're super smart. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down right now. You can, you had one job to tabulate votes. One job. And there's a way to untabulate and change votes? Kind of defeats the purpose of a system, no? That's like saying, think about it, right? In the old system where there was an actual paper trail, that's like suggesting, inside the voter registrar office there, whatever they call it, your state board of elections, there is an election official with the authority to refill out your ballot and submit it. You'd be like, whoa, wait, why would we need that? Why exactly would an election official need to change my vote? Maybe fair to ask why Sidney's saying that there's a system to change votes and that, and apparently it's in their manual. I'd like to see that.
You just heard Dan Bongino.